fact, we're down 2 starters.
Yeah.
It'd be different down 1 starter. They got 2 of your best bench players with the starting unit. So, you know, people, you're going to find whatever you want to find. We need production of the guys, next guys up. But to say the bench is not producing is not fair to the team.
And Corey's taking minutes. I mean, he's playing more minutes than he ever has, and playing them with the starters.
And Corey's playing a lot of minutes. That's the next evolution of his career, is to go from where he was in San Antonio to now. It's a big change. It's a taxing situation on his body. But again, that's his next move in his career, and that's what he's got to get used to. And it's adjustment to go from being a guy that's kind of not really dependent on to a guy that's very important in our rotation. You know, it's almost like another starter for us. So. Again, that's an adjustment he had. I thought the other night it was the first time he hit the proverbial wall a little bit, and it told on us. And again, that's where it stretched our bench. If he had to come in and been the normal Corey, then our bench wouldn't have been as taxed. But because he had his struggle, again, he's much better today, different person. Just had that little wall he hit, and he'll be fine.
Now, is it kind of interesting though that he recognized it right away? Like after the game, he was pretty hard on himself actually. I mean, did it surprise you?
Any comment on that? All right. No, he's a smart kid. He understands. He knows it's unusual when he throws the ball 5 feet away from the guy he's supposed to be throwing it to. Guys getting to the basket at will. That's not the Corey Joseph, and he knows that. We all know that, and I'll be surprised if it happens again.
Did you notice more fatigue, now that you've watched the video, more fatigue-related mistakes in that Indiana game?
A lot of it was, but again, it can't be an excuse. We can't let that be an excuse. The guys coming in for him, Norm, Lucas, those guys were fresh. What's their excuse?
Right.
I mean, Lucas hadn't played in 2 or 3 games, so the guys coming in off the bench shouldn't have an excuse for energy. So, that's the progression it's got to be. But fatigue was there was mental fatigue as much as anything else. When you drop that big of a lead and make the mental mistakes that we made in that situation.
Dwane, how quickly do you put a game like that in the rearview mirror and move on?
Well, you have to, but you can't develop bad habits from it. You have to flush it, go to the next game. The most important play is the next play, next game. And that's what we try to focus on. We watched some film on it, saw some situations. When you got a big lead like that, you got to be more disciplined and more mentally alert than you are with the game is tight. So we talked about that, some decisions we made in those situations, again, and learn from it. That's the hardest thing to do in this league is play with an early big lead, and we did not handle it well.
Well, had a pretty attentive group today then?
Yeah. Had a good focus practice. Again, we got to, we do it on the floor, do it in the meeting room, but then we got to come out and do it tomorrow night here against the Hornets.
To that point, you mentioned the fatigue. You guys have kind of a rare 2, almost 3 full days off before the game. You've got, Charlotte coming in on a back-to-back tomorrow. So you expecting your guys to have, greater lift, I guess, from the get-go tomorrow?
We should. We should come in, had a good spirited practice today. Guys getting after each other. But again, all that doesn't matter. Days off. This league is a marathon. The mentally tough, the physically conditioned teams prevail. And that's where we got to think. Fatigue can't be an excuse. Freshness can't be an excuse. We got to come out and develop a playing personality that we want to have. Rest, no rest, whatever. That's what the good teams do.